All right, people, welcome back. I'm Dave. Save America, vote Tulsi Gabbard. Still under the weather a bit, but hanging in there, and very glad to be here and proud that so many people are coming over to this channel and other independent sources of information and observation. This is an interesting thing that's starting to happen. I can feel it. I can sense it. And I don't know if you can, but it seems as though there are people who are gravitating towards Tulsi Gabbard. You can see it on social media. You can see it on YouTube. You can see it all over the place. And and Tulsi, I tell you what, Tulsi's name drives the establishment absolutely crazy. And a lot of people who wouldn't ordinarily look at Tulsi Gabbard are looking at her campaign. Now, case in point, there's a woman here on YouTube who either the algorithm figured that I would like her or she would like me. I can't remember how this all worked out. And I don't mean to call her out and give her publicity that maybe she doesn't want, but it's really interesting. Her name is Gail Ord. Okay? Now, Gail, and she got a middle name, Cord, C-H-O-R-D, or it's hyphenated name of some kind. In any event, Gail happens to be an evangelical Christian. Now, I am more of a a Christian who's a little messed up. I believe in the essentials of the Christian doctrine, but I'm really struggling with the church these days. And I've been to like 50 different churches in the last 2 years because I just can't find one that I like. And it's me and my wife. And of course I've got kids, so it's not good for the kids to bounce them around so much, but I'm struggling with it. I'm really struggling with it. I believe probably what Gail believes, and you can tell Gail's a little conflicted about Planned Parenthood and so forth, as am I, as I've said before, but whatever. We can argue about that stuff later. We can talk wedge issues, so long as we get Tulsi Gabbard. And she makes the point, by the way, this woman makes a great point about Tulsi. Tulsi is the type to sit down with people who disagree and have a conversation, have a reasonable conversation, and actually try to understand their point of view. And I knew this when I saw a post on Twitter about how America was nearing a civil war. And Tulsi must have seen this post in her thread or something, or in her timeline, and said, well, this guy is a little nuts, but I'm going to come back with the reason you feel this way is because, pretty much the media has created this monster, this, what I call now the fake left, who are Mueller, Russia, and everybody's like, well, what about healthcare? What about jobs? What about the environment? What about education? I mean, there's a million issues. Why are we bombing these countries? Why are we doing regime change in Venezuela? So this woman, Gail, does this video, and it says, Tulsi Gabbard, the only Dem who can beat Trump. That, in her opinion. And she did this video yesterday, and I watched it. And it's about 14 minutes long. She's very articulate and thoughtful. And she comes at it as an evangelical Christian. Now, there are some on the left that hate those two words together. Evangelical and Christian. Oh, no. I know a lot of evangelicals that are very tolerant people who aren't zealots, who go to a church that's balanced and is more or less trying to teach you how to be a better person for the most part. These churches, any of the churches today, they're not going to be doing sermons on homosexuality. I know a lot of people just think that's all they talk about or something, or any of the other things that people have disagreements on. I haven't heard a message about that topic probably in 20 years. So again, most of the churches understand that love is more important, and you have to go after, if you want converts, if you want people to go to your church, you got to use love. You can't use hate. It's not going to work. So I think even your more zealot Christian pastors aren't doing that stuff. The reason I bring her into this is it just shows you the crossover appeal. I did a video about crossover appeal regarding Trump voters. Now, she did vote for Trump, and so did I. And what's amazing at the point where she lost it with Trump is the same point I lost it. He's doing all it. The fact that he's got all these crazy neocons, and I do mean crazy, the Monroe Doctrine, according to John Bolton, okay? And we're thinking, well, we voted for Trump because we thought he was going to be a peacemaker. No peace. No peace with Donald Trump. My theory, again, is that other people just think he just got there and this is what he wanted to do all along. I don't give him that much credit. I think he got there, didn't realize he was going to get there, freaked out, and started calling people, hey, can you come in and help me with foreign policy? Because I have no clue. And that's what's happening. So you call in names that you see on Fox News. It's John Bolton. He was on right after me that time. Remember, Trump was always on Fox, and then John Bolton, who has been, out of work for a while, he was always on Fox as an analyst. It's like having, like Dick Morris, it's just like, wow. These people are out of touch, out of date, expired. It's just, and they have them on TV. But anyway, this woman and I are on the same page. And a lot of people who, Lee Stranahan is out there. I think he's ready to make an endorsement if he hasn't already. We heard what Ann Coulter thought of Bernie the other day, and that's an indication again of this discontent. Now, the White House put out a ton of economic data, and it looks awesome. It looks fantastic. If you're really not paying attention to the internals, and again, with Obama, you did kind of have stagnation in even the stuff where the rich people were only getting mildly richer. Now the rich people are getting very rich, and everybody else is like, what happened to us? A forgotten man. What happened to that whole speech there? So it's interesting because politically, again, the Democrats are destroying themselves by putting out all these videos about Mueller. Today they're complaining about InfoWars because Trump tweeted out an InfoWars video. And this is their complaint of the day. Now, look, I don't believe in censorship. I do not believe that InfoWars should have been banned from anything. I just don't believe it. I mean, I believe in free speech. And look, they're coming to get some other people eventually. It could be me, could be this nice lady here, could be a number of people who have great platforms, could be Jimmy Dore. He's on fire. Jimmy Dore speaks truth to power in a way that is not only entertaining, but it fires you up. After you watch Jimmy Dore, you're ready to go out and like bang on doors and tell people about Tulsi Gabbard. It's inspiring. And seeing this kind of shift away from Trump into Tulsi, and not only are you seeing that shift, but you're seeing some people kind of see the light. Maybe people who wanted to support Bernie are like, hey, let's go with Tulsi first. I know that's weird because Bernie's got the infrastructure and he's not bad. I just don't think he's going to fight. And who knows? Maybe he will. But the shift is happening. The shift is on. You can feel the energy moving toward Tulsi Gabbard, and it's good. Now, again, the video I did yesterday or the day before, whatever, I can't keep track, the goalposts have been moved. She needs 100,000 unique donors. She needed 65,000. Now she needs 100,000. The rigging is on. Now this woman, if Tulsi isn't the nominee, she claims that she's going to vote for Jill Stein if Jill Stein's running again in the Green Party. And I can tell you, I might do... And this is an evangelical Christian who's going to vote for a Green Party candidate. That's amazing to me. That's absolutely amazing. But it shows you how the Overton window has moved, and the people who were just lockstep with quote-unquote conservatives, because I'm evangelical and I have to vote for conservatives, No, no, not necessarily, because Jesus said, "Blessed are the peacemakers," right? That's a verse I would hang on anyone's head. Blessed are the peacemakers. And that's a pretty big one. That's, I think, one of the Beatitudes. If I know anything about the Bible, I might have that one. I don't know. If not, he did say, "Blessed are the peacemakers." And I would say I'd rather be a peacemaker because Jesus said, "I'll be blessed." All right? But not only that, we've tried war over and over again. Our country was never founded to be an imperialist country. You can think what you want about the founding fathers of this country, but their goal was not to say, okay, once we get this country going, we want to conquer the world. We want to go all over the world. No, they were fleeing the kind of persecution that we're now seeing by our own government. So let that sink in. But folks, people are moving over to Tulsi. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to be overly optimistic about it. You can sense the excitement. Tulsi Gabbard is picking up steam, and it couldn't happen at a better time. But if you haven't donated $1, that's all you need. We need 100,000 unique donations now, and thought we had it. But again, like this woman here, if Tulsi's not the nominee, or if they rig it, first of all, there should be lawsuits filed. I know they can set their own rules, but then you can bring this to court and say, hey, this is what they said, and let a court look into it. We need to start fighting. I don't know if you can take something like that to court. I don't even know. There's got to be recourse. There has to be something. Hey, they changed the rules. Right in the middle, I qualified, and then they changed the rules. We don't have fair and clean elections in this country because the parties themselves screw it up. Forget the Russians. The Russians that's the last thing we need to care about. According to Hillary Clinton, the Russians are everywhere. They're over my shoulder right now. They're sponsoring this channel. Did you hear Dave? He said that the Russians were sponsoring his channel. And now he just got demonetized. Folks, this is a big deal. And you need to keep fighting, keep tweeting, keep retweeting, keep fighting the good fight. Tulsi Gabbard has a shot at this. It's not over. I don't care. Forget the polls. Forget Biden. Forget Beto. Forget everybody. Okay? Kamala. Tulsi can do this. But we all have to keep busy. All right. Done. See y'all soon. Thanks.